roll call. So we have myself and Alyssa here, and Al is absent. Okay, and then pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, approval of the agenda as presented. I'd entertain a motion for the approval of the agenda.
I'm sorry, I never remember the exact thing to say. But
So moved.
I approve the agenda.
So moved, yes. And I'll support.
Can I get a little booklet that
I'll
outlines all
support the
things?
motion to approve the agenda as presented. I guess I need to take notes for minutes since Al isn't here. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. And I'm taking notes for the minutes, so forgive me. Okay, approval of the minutes of the December 1st meeting. So Al sent them out just after the last meeting. You have a copy in front of you. I'd entertain again a motion to approve the minutes from the December 1st Manistee Peg Commission meeting. So moved.
So moved.
I'll support that.
Okay.
Any comments or discussion? Corrections?
Well, I am curious about 8B. Am I going to be the primary to work with Andy?
We can talk about that when
Okay.
we get to that in the agenda.
Sure.
I've got an update on that.
Oh, that is the new business.
Yeah.
A little fuzzy today.
So, okay. All in favor of approving the minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We have no public with us tonight. I have no correspondence to report. Director's report. So, a couple things there. So, last week, Tuesday, was the annual report to City Council that I gave, and just kind of gave them an update of what we're doing with Invigor and kind of where things stand. Council seemed very supportive, and I think it was well received, and I had a couple good comments and questions actually after the meeting, just council members asking about things. And it is interesting how, as we are looking forward at kind of a world where kind of the legacy of that charter station is either less important or not part of things going forward just because of how the world is changing. Council members still get lots of questions from the public about when is that coming back? When is that coming back? So there are individuals in our community that still value that format. So, and I will have some updates in a second when we get to that item on the agenda to kind of say where that stands. I think that's all I have to talk about under director report.
Okay.
So then that takes us to charter spectrum status. So last week, Wednesday, so just after the update to council, I got actually an email from Charter saying they wanted to get together on site with Ken Blakey Shell, who kind of represents the school district IT and is kind of coordinating things physically within the building. And we met out there today.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Wonder of
now,
wonders.
in talking with the Charter Spectrum employee that kind of deals and coordinates this stuff, he was saying that he just had another project that he originally scoped out in April, which was the time he scoped out this, was back in April. And he said that one also just started moving forward, so it seems like things are moving. He said after today's meeting, he would submit stuff for the next step, and he said sometimes it takes 2 hours and sometimes it takes 2 weeks. It's just kind of, he submits it into a black box, and when he hears, then he can move forward. So I'm hopeful that within a shorter period of time that can get accomplished.
Wonderful.
While we were on site, I also asked Ken Blakey Shell to follow up on the school district side, because currently the PEG basically computer that kind of streams the station is located in a basically IT closet in the middle high school, and the plan had been to move that over to the new elementary. So I asked today, so once we get the charter line in, is this where that stuff is going to get moved? And Ken said, I will follow up to make sure that everyone's on the same page. So,
Great.
so I think that is moving forward. So that's my update on Charter Spectrum. So then, the Invigor status. So I have to apologize that I basically dropped the ball on that, and actually Tom and I were just talking before the meeting of how to get his invoice paid. I submitted it to Ed Bradford today. I needed the contract to go with it that Andy got me a few weeks ago, just before Christmas. So I've had the information, but with holidays and stuff, it just got submitted today. So I'll ask Tom to make sure that if there are issues that either loop me in, or just so you're aware of that's out there. It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, because again, last week at council, I mentioned that we had engaged with this firm and that we had a contract. So I don't think there should be any issue with getting that done, but I've not had to get a contract invoice paid in 6-7 years, so it's like I'm not sure what the process is.
Okay.
So that is the update there. Does that answer your question? Or it's a part of the answer to your question?
Part of the answer. Yeah. I
So-
also have been in contact with Andy about the name.
Okay.
He did tell me that if we wanted his services to brand, that would be an additional. So that's something that we need to talk about. But he also did send me a couple of considerations on the names.
Okay.
Although it wouldn't be, I think it was just kind of a freebie, I'm not sure, but,
Yep.
and there are a few that I would like to consider. That being said, while I was kind of taking polls in the general public around the name, I've heard that somebody else was considering the top runner for their business. So I've thought about it for quite a while, and I would like to bring it up to the business person that's considering the same name and ask how they would feel if we went ahead with it.
Yep.
And then, I think, so we also need some time where we can kind of discuss that and what we
Right,
want to
right.
choose.
And
Do you want to do that today or another time?
I think it's something like that, something as significant as that needs all three of us. So I think unfortunately we're gonna have to wait to have
Sure.
that conversation.
Sure. Do you think if we talked about it a little bit now, Al could look at the recording and then we could come up with another idea when we get together?
Given that it sounds like there's some ambiguity on one of the names, I guess I'd like you to kind of have that conversation first before we talk about it.
Okay. Understood. So I will reach out to the other business owner and talk to them about that name.
Okay?
You didn't have any other ideas of,
No.
okay. Yeah, and then the other question that I had as far as, are we in the new business now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So once vendor acknowledges partial payment, Alyssa will begin work with them on the development of the site. So I think that would be fine. Go ahead.
I think I don't think it's fair to ask you to be solely responsible in
Yeah.
the way that's worded.
Uh-huh.
I think that's something all of us
I agree.
will do. But again, because stop ringing. But because of the fact that two of us can't discuss things together outside of these meetings because of quorum issues, it's kind of has to be individually working with Andy. So I think that's more the sense of what that is. You would begin working, because you had some questions that you wanted to ask him about.
Okay.
Not that you would be in charge
Okay.
working, so.
Yeah, and I think it probably would be a good idea just to specify the kind of arrangement. It's not hierarchical, but
Right.
to Andy.
Yes.
So he understands that all
Yep.
three of us will be contacting him and
Right,
that we
Right.
wouldn't be able to kind of go in between.
right.
Yeah. I just think it would be best for him to understand that.
Yeah.
There's a couple times when we were emailing back and forth and I wasn't sure if he understood the dynamic.
And that is entirely likely, actually.
Okay.
I feel bad that he hasn't been paid his 50% yet, so I'm kind of waiting for that to kind of, for me to engage. So
Understood.
hopefully that will happen sooner
Okay.
rather than later now, and then we can start having more of these conversations. Because realistically, he shouldn't be spending time because we haven't followed through on our obligations to,
Sure.
pay him to start working on this, so.
I did let him know that we were meeting today and that we would be getting back to him shortly. So.
Okay, okay. Any other comments or actions on that?
Not that I can think of currently.
Okay. That then takes us to the end of our agenda.
Okay.
Next meeting would be February.
Second.
February 2nd. I believe Al will be back then. I will be gone, though.
Oh, okay.
So, but like we're meeting tonight, I think we should plan to still have that meeting. It's just, I will be out, so.
Okay.
Anything else? Tom?
We're good.
Anything else, Alyssa?
I mean, I do feel a little anxious about, I really want to I want to have a brainstorming session about the name.
Uh-huh.
I do think that it might affect the initial design process. So, but let's see, and then if we can't meet February about the name, because all three of us won't be here, then it will be March.
But I think if you get your follow-up done, you and Al can have that conversation in February.
Okay.
That you kind of wanted us to have tonight.
Okay.
And then we can wrap it up after that. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Then I think it's 6:16. We can adjourn the meeting.
Okay.
Thank you all.